Hello friends, this is Military Reporter Frontline Focus. Welcome to a short military video. In this newscast, we cover major global tensions, Russian claims of financial schemes by Ukrainians supporting military efforts, Canada backing Ukraine's military operations against Russia despite potential escalation risks, Ukrainian forces advancing in Kursk, while Russia pushes near key areas. In Israel, Netanyahu promises retaliation after a Houthi missile strike. The FBI probes an assassination attempt on Trump. Russian TV reports claim that Ukrainian telephone scammers are swindling ordinary Russians out of 250 billion rubles annually, approximately £2 billion sterling. It is alleged that nearly 40% of this money is funneled directly to support the armed forces of Ukraine. Recently, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau affirmed Canada's backing for Ukraine in utilizing long-range armaments supplied by NATO to strike deep into Russian territory. This follows a broader trend of NATO countries gradually increasing their support for Ukraine, providing advanced weaponry to bolster its defense capabilities since the outset of the conflict in 2022. The strategic objective behind empowering Ukraine with such capabilities is to disrupt Russian military operations and deter further aggression, particularly targeting Russian logistical and military hubs that facilitate attacks against Ukrainian assets. In response, Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned that Ukraine's use of NATO-provided long-range weapons could escalate the conflict, potentially drawing NATO members, including the United States and European countries, into direct warfare with Russia. Historically, Russia has framed NATO's involvement in the region as an existential threat, frequently using narratives of Western encroachment to justify its military activities. This rhetoric has intensified since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, signaling Russia's intent to maintain its stance against NATO expansion and intervention. The possibility of the conflict escalating into a wider war involving NATO countries is a critical concern. While current Western strategies involve economic sanctions and military support to pressure Russia without direct engagement, any shift in policy could alter the balance. Analysts must consider Russia's potential for unpredictable responses, as well as the broader geopolitical ramifications of intensified military operations. In a significant development on the front lines, Ukrainian forces have breached Russian defenses near Novyi put in Kursk Oblast, advancing toward and seizing control of Veselo, backed by tanks and assisted by glide-bombing fighter jets. Ukrainian troops have pushed deeper into Russian territory, highlighting vulnerabilities in Russian defensive positions. On Saturday, Ukrainian tanks rolled into Veselo, and by Sunday, fighter bombers struck Russian positions in the town center. The Ukrainian offensive has been supported by Turkish-made Kirpi armored trucks, often used by Ukraine's Marine Corps, indicating a coordinated assault involving multiple units. Videos released by the Ukrainian Korn Group underscore the effective use of drones and precision-guided munitions in the operation. The Russian garrison in Veselo is reportedly staffed with young, poorly trained conscripts, which has contributed to the swift Ukrainian advance. Observers suggest that the reliance on underprepared soldiers could force Russia to reassign more experienced forces to counter the Ukrainian incursion. The situation has raised concerns among Russian military bloggers who describe the situation as serious, contrasting inexperienced conscripts with battle-hardened Ukrainian volunteers. Russian troops have advanced into strategic areas near Kolesnikivka, Katarnivka, Vodian, Volodar, Spern, and Ukrainsk, marking a shift in battlefield dynamics and indicating a push on multiple fronts. In Kolesnikivka and Katarnivka, they have breached defensive lines, gaining ground, while tensions rise in Vodian and Volodar as forces work to strengthen positions. In Spern and Ukrainsk, Russian units are testing defensive resolve, with Spern being a crucial tactical link. Defending troops are regrouping and mounting counterdefenses, striving to hold their ground. The situation in Krymiano has been clarified, offering insight into the military landscape. This escalation is a pivotal moment in the conflict, challenging strategic priorities and defensive resilience. As the situation evolves, the focus is on reinforcing vulnerable sectors and planning countermeasures, underscoring the fast-paced and unpredictable nature of modern warfare. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has promised a severe response after a missile fired by Yemen's Houthi rebels hit central Israel for the first time, reaching an area approximately 2,000 kilometers from Yemen. The missile, which landed in an unpopulated zone and caused some damage without injuries, marks an unprecedented reach by Houthi forces. Israeli authorities are investigating the incident, focusing on how the missile evaded interception by Israel's air defenses, potentially explained by the Houthis' claim of using a new hypersonic missile. The Houthis, part of an Iran-led axis of resistance, stated the strike was conducted in solidarity with Palestinians and warned of future attacks as October 7th, the anniversary of the Hamas massacre in Israel, approaches. Netanyahu stressed that aggressors will face significant repercussions, recalling a previous retaliatory strike on Yemen's Hodeidah following a deadly Houthi attack on Tel Aviv in July. The FBI has confirmed that a recent shooting incident in Florida was an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. Key details of the incident include: the suspect was concealed in the bushes near a Florida golf club, within 270 to 450 feet of the former president. A Secret Service agent noticed a rifle barrel emerging from a bush near the club's perimeter fence and fired at the suspect. The shooter escaped but was apprehended after a witness provided crucial information. At the scene, authorities discovered an AK-47 with a telescopic sight, 2 backpacks, and a GoPro camera. Fox News columnist Carol Markowitz shared a photo of the alleged suspect on X, noting he is 58 and has a social media presence, including calls to fight for Ukraine. The FBI is treating the incident as a potential assassination attempt on a U.S. presidential candidate. The suspect's identity and motives remain officially undisclosed. Trump assured the public of his safety and declared he will never give up. The attempt occurred just hours after Trump publicly expressed disdain for Taylor Swift. The utilization of drones and checkmate Vampire multiple rocket launchers in this attack underscores the increasing reliance on advanced technology and artillery in modern warfare. Drones offer strategic advantages in terms of surveillance and precision strikes, allowing forces to engage targets with reduced risk. The use of such technology reflects lessons learned from past conflicts, where drone warfare has played a crucial role in disrupting enemy lines and gathering intelligence. If Ukraine is involved, this attack could signal an effort to leverage offensive operations to compel Russia to divert resources from other fronts, potentially creating strategic gains elsewhere. Ukraine's military strategy has increasingly focused on leveraging international support, technological advancements, and asymmetric tactics to counter Russia's numerical and material superiority. On Sunday, September 15th, Russian forces launched an attack on Kharkiv, targeting a high-rise building, as confirmed by Kharkiv Mayor Ihor Terekhov and Regional Military Administration head Ola Syniehubov. The assault, which occurred after 1,500 hours, involved missile threats and guided aerial bombs. The strike hit a multi-story residential building in the Nemysliansky district, causing significant damage and a fire on the 9th floor. Initially, 3 people were reported injured, but the number of casualties has since risen to 35, including 3 children, with 3 individuals in serious condition. Rescue operations are underway as authorities fear more victims may be trapped under the rubble. Local authorities are actively evacuating residents from the affected area.